Dandadan, 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 dandadan. Dandadan, 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 dandadan. Sorry, copyright. Only watching the first 5 episodes of the show to see if it's worth finishing. Episode 1, we have Dandadan, dandadan. Okay, maybe not. Dandadan is a show I've heard a lot about but never really considered watching. Not because I thought it was bad or anything, but I've kind of been in an anime slump recently, and also I'm a senior in high school. It's kind of kicking my butt right now. But one of my friends mentioned it while we were playing a game, so I thought when I came across it, I would watch it. But I really didn't know what to expect, so come along with me while I share my thoughts while watching. Based off this intro alone, I had like really high hopes. Like, I don't know, the intro was just so cool, the animation, the style, everything about it. I usually skip anime intros. I know that's kind of controversial, but I usually skip them because I don't want spoilers. But this one I couldn't skip because I thought, like, what the hell is this? Like, what is this show about? So I watched it and I was like, dang, I have to like give the show a chance, you know? And I even mentioned the intro music. Like, whoever did this did the big one. I'm never gonna lie to you, because it's fire. Like, I don't know, I haven't heard this good of an anime intro in a minute. This one just caught my eye immediately.
Huh?
So we're immediately introduced to our main character, Momo, which I wasn't really expecting this type of intro in the beginning. I was like, what even is this, really? But we're introduced to her scumbag boyfriend, who does not become important, I don't think. But you're immediately introduced to this like powerful character who's willing to beat some bitch, which I kind of love. Even though she gets her in the end, but it's okay, you know, we all learn. But after that, she ends up venting to her 2 friends. I forgot their names, but she ends up venting to them how she broke up and how she just wants a guy like Ken Tucker. Let me not, but it's in the show. I only mention it because it kind of becomes important later on. But after this, she ends up venting in the hallways. And that's how we meet our second main character, Ken Takakura. See, I told you it would become important later on. And he's getting bullied, which is not funny. But it's like every main character always has to have like a tragic backstory. Of course this dude is getting bullied. Like, I'm not even surprised anymore. Anyways, she ends up standing up to the bullies and kind of defending him. And while she does that, she takes an interest in his book. And he kind of takes this the wrong way, but you'll see.
I think I know what you're into.
Huh?
I think I know what you're into.
Yeah, you said that twice now.
So their first interaction in the show, I think, is really funny. He wasn't really giving me main character vibes, like the basic ones with that like stand out amongst the crowd and stuff. He was giving nerdy, which I kind of really liked. He kind of stood out to me. But he kind of misunderstood why she helped him or why he even talked to him. He thinks the only reason people would ever talk to him would be because of aliens. He couldn't even understand that people would try to defend him. Anyone would try to defend him and try to become friends with him. But throughout this interaction, he kind of just rants about aliens, and she does not care at all. Because, like, she was not trying to be friends with this man. And she kind of goes off on him, saying that's why you have no friends, why people don't want to be friends with you. And he gets, like, really hurt. When I saw this scene, I was like, damn, that was really unnecessary. And I felt really bad for him.
Is why you got no friends. Sorry, that was mean.
Anyway, she apologizes to him because that was so mean. I don't know why she said all that. She did not have to do all that, but I was wondering how they were gonna recover from this. Like, that's a really like hard blow to take. I was wondering how they were gonna become friends again, but they do it kind of in a really funny way.
I don't believe aliens are real, but I believe ghosts are.
There's no such thing as ghosts.
So after this, they kind of get into an argument and try to debate which one is real and which one is fake, because both of them don't believe the other one. She believes in ghosts and he believes in aliens, and they're trying to just disprove each other, just trying to get on each other's nerves, honestly. And the friends appear and start shipping them, and it's honestly really funny. Like, I really enjoyed this scene. And by the end of it, she ends up daring him to go visit like this haunted place, and he ends up daring her to go visit like a place where a UFO has been sighted before. He ends up sending her to this old abandoned hospital. I think it was called like Nagy. It's not important. He ends up sending her to this old abandoned hospital where aliens have been spotted. And she ends up sending him to this old tunnel where, what was the granny's name again? Let me check. It was Turbo Granny. I didn't think she was going to become an important character, but later on I end up kind of loving her character. I'll talk about her later, but through these scenes while she's at the hospital, Momo talks to, or other, I forgot his name, talks to him about how both her parents are dead, which is not really surprising. But she further goes on to explain why she believes in ghosts. It's because her grandma is a medium. But she further goes on to explain why she believes in it. Her grandmother used to make her do this thing that used to give her, like, that's supposed to give her luck. But one day, kids made fun of her for it. Even her crush, she was super mad at her grandma for it. But she ends up explaining that she wasn't really mad at her grandma for it. She was mad that the kids were making fun of something like her grandma taught her type of thing. It felt like they were making fun of her grandma, and she didn't even like that. That's why she got really mad at her grandma for making her do that, because kids were making fun of her for it. The scene also shows like the family dynamic she has, how her grandma took her in when she was young and when she had nowhere to go. And this really kind of set up the grandma to be a great character. I didn't realize the grandma was going to become important when I watched this. I just thought she was going to be kind of a background character, but she does become a really good character, and I really like her. Because the clothes she was wearing in that scene and the clothes she was wearing later on, I was expecting like a granny. But enough of the boring, sentimental. Who cares about that stuff, right? The show pushes you right into the action when he's in the tunnel. He gets chased by Turbo Granny. I'm just gonna say Granny now. She gets chased by Granny in the tunnel, which was shocked. I was not expecting that. Wasn't expecting a lot from the show, but that was surprising. Like, I didn't know what was going on. And then while that's happening, she ends up getting abducted by aliens. This show is so wild. So the aliens go on to explain that their species, they're only males, and they're all like copy and paste of each other, so they can't reproduce. So they need her. This show is so wild. This is actually nightmare fuel. Like, I don't know what I was watching, but they need her to reproduce because they can't do it naturally. And when I first saw this scene, I was bamboozled. Like, I didn't even know how to react to that. But they're not only gonna do that. After they do that, they want to extract her, which is drastic. I don't know how to react to that. But then they use psychokinesis or whatever to get her, like, oh my god, it's so weird. It's so weird. Anyways, let's move on. But luckily Ken comes, but he's possessed by Turbo Granny, so he goes to the throne and Turbo Granny kind of fights off the aliens. And the reason I say kinda, because after the aliens pull off their skin, this look like straight out of like a movie or some shit. I don't know. But after they pull off their skin, he gets defeated by the aliens like pretty badly. In the beginning he does really good, but like damn, after he gets his ass handed to him. But this is also when Ken reveals why he's so into aliens and why he believes in them. I honestly can't even describe this scene, so I'm just gonna show it to you.
Any friends, and I thought if anyone would be friends with me, it'd be aliens. Ever since grade school, I've been staring up at the sky and calling out for you guys to show up. But you never did. No matter how many times I called out to you, you never came. There I was, bullied by kids and ignored by aliens. My life sucked. No one gave a crap if I was alive or dead. But Miss Ayase, she's the only one who stood up for me.
Oh, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, damn, I almost shed a tear. So after that, everything's looking like pretty bad. But then she learns how to release her chi, which I was not really expecting from this show. It's giving like Jujutsu Kaisen or some shit. Anyways, her grandmother used to, the thing that we talked about earlier with the little finger in the air and everything. Well, she uses that again, but to save herself. But we also see the argument that she had with her grandma, like all the mean stuff she said earlier.
I hate it! I won't do it again! Momo, wait! I hate you, Grandma! You're a fake!
Now, after seeing that, I was pretty hyped to see what the grandma was like, honestly. But I didn't know she was going to be a badass character, honestly. But I was really excited to see what she was like. Anyway, she uses her chi to defeat the aliens, and the ship ends up crashing. But turns out our main guy, Ken, is still cursed by Granny. But because, I'm not making this up, she has his dong. Like what does that even mean? Like, he has his dong, so they need to get his dong back by going back to the tunnel or whatever. But in the meantime, she's using her chi to suppress it. But he feels bad because he feels like he's the reason why they're in this situation. So he wants to go to the tunnel by himself, but of course he doesn't agree with that. And this is also when we finally get his name, which is kind of crazy. We're 10 minutes into the YouTube video, but into the show, we're well into the episode, and that's the only time we figure out the name. But it's also the name that she mentioned earlier, her crush, which is an actor or manga or whatever, some person she likes, and she realizes they have the same name, and he said the same catchphrase of the guy. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you do like these videos. The four through five I'll be making videos on later, but I just wanted to get episode 1 out first, and then the other 4 I'll probably make it into one video, but if not, I'll make it into 4 separate videos. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.